Hello everyone, welcome to Full Moon Movies. When we talk about the power of stories to heal, redeem, and reconnect, few films attempt this with the heart that The Majestic does. Released in 2001 and directed by Frank Darabont, best known for The Shawshank Redemption, this film takes a gentler, nostalgic turn through post-war Americana. Jim Carrey, stepping away from his usual slapstick roles, delivers a restrained and deeply human performance as Peter Appleton, a Hollywood screenwriter whose life unravels after he is accused of being a communist sympathizer during the Red Scare. Now, what unfolds is a story not about politics, but about memory, identity, and finding one's place when everything you once knew is stripped away. At the heart of the movie is Peter's transformation. After a car accident wipes his memory, he stumbles into the small town of Lawson, where he is mistaken for a long-lost war hero named Luke Trimble. With no memory to contradict their belief, Peter begins living as Luke, slowly absorbing the love and admiration that the town had for the boy they lost. Now, what's striking is how Carrey modulates his performance. There's a quiet curiosity, a vulnerability, and slowly a dignity that emerges in the second life. Now, as Peter reawakens to purpose and belonging, the audience too is invited to question who are we without our past and who can we become if given a second chance. Key scenes linger with warmth and sentiment, especially the emotional reopening of the Majestic, the old movie theatre Luke's father once owned. The act of restoring the theatre becomes a metaphor for healing, for rebuilding, and for preserving community. Another moving sequence comes when Peter, still believed to be Luke, walks down Main Street in a veterans parade. Surrounded by a town that reverses him, we see guilt and confusion flicker across his face. A man who's unsure if he's really living a lie or simply becoming someone better. The film doesn't rush his internal conflict. It allows the viewer to breathe through every moment of discovery and self-doubt. Frank Darabont's direction is elegant and unhurried. His camera glides softly through golden-hued streets, warmly lit interiors, and sweeping coastal vistas that evoke a post-war idealism lost to time. The cinematography by David Tattersall paints Lawson like a memory, not exactly real, but lovingly remembered. Art design plays a crucial role in reinforcing this feeling. The restored movie theatre, with its glowing marquee and lush red velvet seats, feels like a cathedral to a more innocent time. The score by Mark Isham is gentle, melancholic, and uplifting when it needs to be, never over-empowering, but always guiding the emotion in subtle ways. Despite its emotional richness, The Majestic faced criticism upon release. Some felt the story was overly sentimental or too idealistic. Others believed it tried to wear too many hats: political drama, love story, and Capra-style Americana tribute, and never fully committed to one. Now, these critics, while fair in some respects, often overlook what the film does exceptionally well, which is it reminds us that identity is not just memory, but the impact we leave on others. At the box office, the film underperformed, earning just under 38 million against its reported 72 million budget. But over the years, it has found a quiet, appreciative audience who return to it for its sincerity and soul. Today, Majestic resonates perhaps more than it did in 2001. In an age of cynicism and constant reinvention, the idea that a man can lose himself only to find his truest self in the kindest of strangers is refreshingly radical. The movie reminds us that doing the right thing, even when it costs us everything, is what defines character. In the final act, when Peter regains his memory and must face the congressional committee investigating un-American activities, he stands tall. Not longer afraid, not longer lost, he asserts his truth not just for himself, but for every person whose voice was silenced by fear. And in that moment, Jim Carrey, the comedian best known for rubber-faced antics, becomes something more: a vessel for integrity, grief, and quiet revolution. The Majestic may not have been a commercial success, but as a film, it lives up to its name, not in scale but in spirit. It's not just a story about recovering memory, it's about remembering what matters, kindness, courage, and the stories we leave behind. Now, this movie is a must watch.